All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining the show now, we've got Uncle Dana live to talk UFC 275. Dana, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing well. You're here on the Spinnin Backfist Show. It's the first time you're with the three of us. This is Big Ev. This is JackMac. We're trying to grow the Barstool MMA brand, grow the fandom here. We've got more than just me at this point that are MMA fans in the office.
Awesome. What's up, boys? Nice to meet you.
Well, pleasure, Dana. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Are you going having me, Dana? Are you going to this card?
No. It's my son's 21st birthday this weekend.
Oh, nice. Happy 21st to him.
We're starting out here. Me and my son are going to gamble together for the first time on his birthday on Thursday. Then we're flying down to Miami for the weekend.
Which places are still allowing you to gamble in Vegas?
Caesar's Palace, baby. If you are a real player and you really play, you don't want to play anywhere in Vegas but Caesar's Palace. It's the best casino in town.
Are you saying that until they kick you out? Do you think eventually you're going to win too much money and they're going to give you another
No, even
title?
If they kick me out, I'll still tell you they're the best in town because
all right,
they should be kicking me out here pretty fucking.
They built a statue this time instead of a belt.
Yeah, put you out front. Right next to the lion. Dana petting the lion. I would love that. You got any big summer plans too? You going to Maine this summer?
Yeah, I'm going to Maine. I always go up there for the 4th of July. So I'll be up there for the 4th. Leonard Skinner plays on the 3rd. I'll be doing that. I got some cool shit going on. You know what I just did? I'll tell you guys some cool stories. So I just last weekend I went to Malibu and hooked up with Rick Rubin.
Oh, wow.
I went to Rick Rubin's house in Malibu and we sat around for 3 hours shooting the shit about music and fighting and all kinds of cool shit like that. We got the fight coming up in Austin, Texas. Jesse James, my bike is done that he built me, so he and I are gonna rip through fucking Austin on our bikes.
Oh,
can't wait for that. I'm meeting with Mark Zuckerberg on the 25th. We're gonna have dinner together and shoot the shit.
Are you gonna FaceTime Paddy from that dinner and let Paddy go off on him?
Probably not.
I've heard that Zuckerberg's getting into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's been rolling a bunch.
Yeah, so I'm hearing that he's a big fan and that he loves the UFC and you know, I love stuff like that. I'm going. I think in July I'm going out on the set and watching Clint Eastwood film a movie. Then I'm going to go to dinner with him. One of my all-time favorites. I'm doing so much fucking cool shit this summer. I'm really looking forward to this summer.
The summer of Dana.
For real. This is the summer of Dana. Yeah. We got UFC 275 this weekend, obviously, and that's the card we're here to talk about. Anything on this card that jumps out to you right away that's not one of the marquee, main event, co-main event fights? One of your, maybe if you don't know now, you know fights.
I haven't yet. Obviously, Fiallo. You know the Fiallo story, right? This kid comes back into my room and tells me he wants to turn right around and fight again. I love kids like that. I love guys that do that shit. He told me he wanted Singapore, and here he is. So, obviously, I'm excited to see that fight. And he's fighting Matthews, which should be a great fight. And then once you get up into, Weili Zhang and Joanna Jacek, Shevchenko and Santos, I don't think people really appreciate how tough of a fight that this is going to be for Valentina. And if it's not, holy shit.
Yeah. How good is she? If it's not, yeah, exactly. Glover in the main event. I looked up, Glover debuted in 2002 in professional MMA. What were you doing in 2002? I know you were 1 year into the UFC. What was that year like for you guys?
Oh, God, it had to be a total shit show. I think in 2002, a year after we bought it, we were trying to head into England already. I think we were trying to put on events over there. But yeah, burning a lot of cash is what we were doing.
I would say, Dana, before we get off the light heavyweights, I know obviously big fight 4 versus 5 booked in July. You got Magomed Ankalaev, Anthony Smith. Would you, since there's obviously Rakic just got hurt, would you say that that's a #1 contender fight?
Yeah, it would be.
It's a great fight.
He's looking at the board.
That, yeah.
So I know I would say Blachowicz is pretty much the only other guy up there that's healthy right now. That was why I asked. I was curious.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. But But yes, you're absolutely right.
And we were just talking about the UFC, trying to go into England for the first time. Now we've got another card in London right after the March card. We got a July 23 card. Paddy the Baddy, Meatball Molly. We're all back. Me and Dave are going to be going, I think. Maybe Dave will be with you during the fights or something. Talk to us about this card. Did it come together just because the card in March was so awesome?
Yeah. I mean, after the card in March, man, we knew we had to turn right around and go back there again. That market is just so badass and so fun. And all you guys, I mean, anybody who's watching this right now, if you haven't been to a UFC fight in England, I'm telling you, fucking take a summer vacation, go over to London and check this thing out, man. It is so much fun to go to these live events in the UK. It's like a once in a lifetime experience.
Would you look at a possibility of having a Paddy Molly at Anfield, the outdoor at Liverpool Stadium, or is that not really a possibility considering it's outside?
Yeah, I'm not going outside. I'm definitely not going outside in fucking England.
Okay. That is true. It rains there all day.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're going to go outside, you go to Abu Dhabi where it's hot as hell and absolutely not going to rain.
Yep.
But I don't even like that. I don't like having any outside factors that can affect the fight. Heat, wind, sand, any of that kind of stuff that can hurt the outcome of a fight, I don't like.
How important was it to you guys to get Paddy on this card? Because for a while, it seemed like we didn't really know if he was going to be on the card or not. And obviously, he's one of the bigger names out there. You look at the social media, it's crazy.
I'm not aware of us having a hard time getting him to fight. So,
oh, not that it was a hard time. We just didn't know for a while. It was like one of the last fights announced.
Oh, okay. So what's your problem with that? What are you saying?
I don't have a problem with it, Dan. I'm not coming at you. I said, how important was it for you getting Paddy on the card?
Yeah, it's
great. Were you like, if we're going to London, we need Paddy on the card?
Well, listen, every time we go somewhere, it's not like we have to have somebody on this card. It all depends on the timing. I mean, obviously, if we're going into London and we can have Paddy on the card, that's awesome. But, it's all about timing and injuries and, what they got going on in their personal life and what's lined up next. There's just so many different factors that go into who's on a card.
And another card that's kind of up there in the rumors is this supposed Cheeto Vera Dominic Cruz card. That fight is being talked about a lot. Ariel Helwani said that card is going to happen in Boston. Is that true?
In Boston?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, okay.
No.
Denied.
Fake news.
Fake news. Yeah, that's good too.
How would Ariel Helwani know where the hell we're going?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Scoops from time.
Is the Cheeto Cruz fight definitely a thing, or is that at least being worked on?
Cheeto Cruz is definitely being worked on.
Okay.
That's a banger of a fight.
That's awesome.
That's an amazing fight. Yeah.
Is that one potentially a title eliminator, or at least maybe a title to fight Jan for the belt, or excuse me, Jan and then for the belt, or how do you see that one?
I don't know. We'll have to see how the fight plays out. But obviously, you got Jan, you got Dillashaw, Jose Aldo, the ranked number 3 in the world. Yeah, that's a nasty little division right now, man.
And you've got Figueiredo talking about coming up because he's apparently very frustrated with the interim title situation. Did you see his comments about that this week?
That who did?
Davidson Figueiredo.
No, what did he say?
He's very upset that an interim title is being talked about in his division. He can't believe it. And he's saying he's threatening basically to move up to bantamweight because of it.
Cool.
That's it.
Another kill at 135.
This past weekend, one of the main things that everyone was talking about online were the judges. It's usually talked about every weekend, but is there certain decisions that you see and you think to yourself, we have to change something, or is it kind of out of your hands with the commissions in various states and whatnot?
Yeah, it's one of the things that we've always had problems with,
mm-hmm.
and it's something that we're always going to have problems with. It's one of the hardest things. Listen, we're sanctioned by the athletic commissions. They oversee us. Yeah. We don't oversee them. We try to do everything that we can to help to make the judging better, the reffing better, and because there's nothing more frustrating than watching a fight and seeing somebody win that lost or lose that wins. It's literally the worst, and especially if you bet on it.
Yes. I was, yeah. We were all on Zumagulov this past weekend, so we were all.
That was tough for us.
Yeah, but hey, it happens. It's part of the game, unfortunately, when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, there was a lot of talk with the Warriors Celtics game about officiating that game. You know.
Yeah, it's every sport.
Dana, that was. I know you're
every
Celtics.
Sport.
That was one of the more lopsided officiated games I think I'd ever seen.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Are you able to make it to any of the games, Dana? Or are you too busy?
What's that?
Are you able to make it to any of the games? Or are you too busy?
Yeah, I'm going to. So I told you my son's birthday's this weekend.
Yep.
I'm going next Monday. I'll be in Golden State for that game.
Oh, nice.
Wow, nice.
Oh,
Good
nice.
for you. On the court, obviously.
I hope so.
On the wood, as they say.
On the wood,
Big Dana hardwood. That's what they call it.
We may have to get Draymond in the ring because it looks like that's what he wants.
I think Draymond is an MMA fan. I think years ago, around like Mayweather McGregor, Showtime was talking about putting together some kind of like sit down with like me and the mini Khabib girl with like Draymond Green.
Interesting. Well, listen, you know what? He's a throwback, man. He's a rough player.
Yep.
He's a guy that gets physical, gets in your face, and you got to figure out how to deal with him.
Something lighter I wanted to bring up. It looked like this week you got Chris Lieben and Island Boys cameo for him opening a new gym. Is that just something you had the idea to do?
No, I didn't make that cameo. I saw it online, so I promoted it for Chris Lieben.
I thought you made that and sent it to Chris Lieben. I was like, are you reaching out to the Island Boys to get your friends shout outs?
I saw they said, hey, Dana, will you repost this? And you know how I feel about the tough one kids. I'd do anything for those kids. So I reposted that for Chris to create awareness about his gym. And, the thing did just on my Instagram, it did like almost 2 million.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a hilarious video.
The things that blow up on your Instagram. It's like Food Things, Hezbollah, the Island Boys.
Those kids are fucking hilarious, man. I think they're funny.
You probably, I assume you have all the fights in front of you. And now we do have to ask about the biggest fight in MMA. Is it in front of you a date, Hezbollah against Abdul Rozik, or is that fight not in the UFC's radar right now?
What fight do you want to know about? Sorry,
Hezbollah against.
How many views my Island Boys did?
Oh, we were asking about the biggest fight in MMA, potential history, Hezbollah against Abdul.
You're asking if that's on the radar yet?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was on the big board.
Do you have that on the big board?
Yeah, August 20th.
Nice. Tweet it out.
Breaking news, everyone. Yeah, put it out there. Dana confirms. Yeah.
In Boston.
Yeah, and that's on the Boston card. Yeah. Speaking of the Ultimate Fighter, you said the Ultimate Fighter 1 kids, they're your babies basically. Would you ever consider doing an Ultimate Fighter with retired fighters? Because right now we have Khabib and Tony going back and forth, and it seems like they want to host the Ultimate Fighter against each other, which came out of left field, but it actually sounds like a good idea to me.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you guys as fans, media, whatever it might be, like the idea of two guys possibly coaching that wouldn't fight each other?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think the McGregor-Faber season was awesome.
I'll consider it.
All right. Just, make it a no. I think it would be worth looking into.
I mean, with the right guys, and I think those two are the right guys. They would make sense.
Okay.
And Tony and Habib.
I will absolutely entertain that idea.
And Tony Habib bickering is some of the
There's almost like
stuff
some leftover tension still there probably a little bit.
Well, hopefully they'll get pissed off enough at each other that they actually want to fight, and I can make
it. Listen, that makes it even better. See, it's like a backdoor way to get Khabib back in. You're like, just come around fighting, Yeah.
I'm in. You sold me.
All right. UFC Long Island as well. This card came together pretty quickly. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. We just found out a Long Island card is happening, and it's a banger of a card. We've got Ortega and Rodriguez in the main event. Billy Q, our guys on that card. Shane Burgos, right? Is he on that card?
Yeah, Shane Burgos, Jordan. A lot of awesome fights. Jack Shore, Ricky Simone.
I thought that was worth
really awesome fights.
And the first time the UFC is going to be at the UBS Arena as well.
Yeah, no. We got fights made all the way up to fucking. We're all the way up to October 8th already.
Wow. What's on that card?
Yeah. So they're really coming out of nowhere. We got this stuff. Oh, you'd love to know what's on that fucking card.
Oh. Is that going to be Fight Island?
It is. No, it's Vegas.
Oh, okay.
I believe is that the Santos card?
Wait, what did he say?
Is that the Santos card?
Santos?
Yeah.
No.
That's
Good try.
August, I think, right?
August.
No.
I also
He said,
saw-
"Good try."
I also saw you and Tony Khan went out to dinner recently, and Tony said he got to break the news to you that the WWE tried to run against the UFC International Fight Week, and they had to move from Allegiant Stadium to MGM.
Yeah, I saw that. That happened that night that we were at dinner.
They went the night that they moved. You
Yeah,
went to dinner. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, probably not a great idea trying to run the stadium International Fight Week.
I think, to be fair to the WWE, they were probably looking at it, and their ticket prices are a lot cheaper, and there'd be a lot of people in town, and I don't know, but yeah, International Fight Week's a rough week to do it.
Yeah. Is there any update you can provide on Nate Diaz? He's been tweeting up a storm as always, saying he's trying to fight. He wanted to fight Hamzat in July, but he's getting married and all that. Any update on him?
No, but we'll get it figured out.
All right. You guys always do, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything else on the UFC 275 card this weekend, boys?
The series that's starting on Thursday at 2
Oh, yeah,
fight?
the road to the UFC.
Road to the UFC.
You have any info on this? The Singapore
Yeah.
series?
So basically what we're always trying to do is trying to cultivate new talent, and obviously, especially in, a market that we're breaking into like we have over in Asia. It's almost like the Contender Series meets the Ultimate Fighter.
Ooh.
And we're taking contestants from all over the place: China, India, Indonesia, Korea, Japan, and building young talent is what the show is designed to do.
And we're going to be able to watch that live?
Yeah.
Cool.
Where's it?
I
I think on Fight Pass.
I was going to say, I would assume Fight Pass or ESPN.
Who's on the
Plus.
call? They announced it this morning.
Lorisenko, I believe.
Yeah, Lorisenko and somebody else. I think a
Cool.
current fighter. One
Yep.
last question.
Yeah,
Uh,
Stat goes over there for it.
Cool.
Okay. The Apex, is it here to stay? A lot of people are wondering if it's going to be most UFC Fight Night cards will be in the Apex, or will it be more getting back on the road as we enter into
No. Listen, as the world gets normal again,
Yep.
The Apex is like our version of the fucking Zoom call.
Yeah.
For people that
Yeah.
don't want to fucking go to work and want to sit in their house, and we eventually, when the world gets back to normal, have to
Yep.
get back on the road and start traveling this thing around. But until everything gets back to normal, man, we're not going anywhere.
I mean,
So,
that Apex, probably one of the better things that happened during COVID.
For
Like,
sure.
it's just like,
awesome. Just
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, Dana, we appreciate the time. Thank you for joining the Spinnin Backfist Show for the very first time. And UFC Long Island, we want to go to that card. I don't know if you could hook it up, the three
Done.
of us.
whatever
we would
you
love
need,
for that to be
let
the
us
first
know. We'll
field
take
trip.
care of you.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much, Dana.
All right,
All right,
Dana,
boys.
thank you.
Congrats on your new show, and take care.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
UFC 275 this Saturday, of course. Check it out.